Hey guys, Productive Sidak here and welcome back to another video. Today I have a ton to talk about because I just woke up like an hour ago to some huge news about Alone. And as I promised in my latest Alone video, I would make a video on whatever we get about the new big update. Well, it isn't a big update anymore guys, we are getting a remake of Alone. So I'm on Philip the Bell's Twitter page right now, and as you can see right here, we have a message. So, we've been keeping this a secret for way too long now. Me and Killer Mike, which is Michael Wonderfin, have been remaking our game Alone. Take a look at the new version remade from scratch and follow our account for more details coming soon. So he basically attaches the Clockwork Entertainment, which also has a tweet. And they have a brand new trailer, which I haven't seen yet, so let's get right to it. I wanna see this thing. I will pause the trailer and talk about different elements and stuff we will see, because I know there is a lot in it apparently, because I've been hanging out on the Discord server, which we will talk about a bit later. But okay, if we press this, we can see right here. Let me pause. For the last few months we've been developing many secret projects. Today, after completely remaking the game from scratch, we proudly present a new and improved Alone. Enjoy this teaser of the new map. So, here we go guys, are you excited? Because I am really excited. Let's pump up the volume and let's watch this. Okay, I just want to pause right there. So as you can see, this seems to take place in a brand new area, and it does. So the new map is supposedly just a bunch of nature instead. There will be a town, and we'll talk a bit about more of that later. But as you can see, we got this camping area and stuff like that. It looks so good. Oh my goodness. Okay, right there, that gave me the Forest vibe, which is my favorite survival game. Now this game won't be survival, so do not worry about that if you don't want to play survival. But yeah, as you can see, we had this town and we got like a plane crash. There is so much to it, and the new map, wow. Okay, let's get going. Okay, I'm sorry for pausing all the time. Okay, so we got like a harbor, we got farmer fields, we got mountains. There are so many different areas. This is so cool. Like, I love Alone, so this is kinda like, wow. It's, oh my goodness, this looks so good. What? So it actually gave me so many different vibes from other games. I play a lot of zombie games or survival games. The farming field reminded me of Dying Light: The Following, which was like a DLC version of the game. Like, oh my goodness, this looks so good. And then we've got the harbor, the plane crash. There's so much. Okay, there we have some of the new gun models. I will talk a bit more about that later, but all the guns have been remade, so we are gonna see so many new things. Oh wow, okay, let's get going. Alone. Oh, whoa, that looks so good. Alright, so that was it for the trailer. That was so much stuff. That was incredible. Okay. So yeah, that's wow. We got so much new content. Like, what even? So now we have some messages from the developers, mostly Philip the Bell, about the update. And all these messages are from the official Alone Discord, and they actually tell us quite a lot about the new gameplay itself. So to begin with, we have this message. Also, I think we should stop calling it a big update, to be honest guys. It's an entire remake of the game. And this basically confirms that it is indeed a remake, and he goes on to talk to some people, and we get this. Literally everything is remade guys, lol. Also, there are more interesting areas with their own look and feel. So a community member called Holovantus also asked if the game is actually a remake, and Philip answered yes, every single line of code, every part of the map. So we know that alone is literally becoming a new version of itself, and as Philip mentioned, there will be areas that are different, so we got so much to look forward. Now, Philip also mentioned stuff like the character models have been refined and changed a bit. There are no large cities or high rises, but there is a town and it's more fitting to the map. So we know that there will be some form of province or whatever, basically like a safe zone for example, but we don't know exactly what it will look like. It will not be like the current map where it's like a little city sort of thing. Philip also mentions that all gun models are remade and in my opinion are a lot better. So what he basically says there is that we will get brand new gun models, so I'm really excited for that. As we saw in the trailer, there seemed to be this new assault rifle and handgun which basically had this bandage around it, so it looked brilliant. A big game changer that we also got to hear about is that the water isn't dangerous anymore. Philip went on to say that there will be stuff underwater that you might find interesting. What this means is only what we can assume, and maybe underwater loot for example. I'm thinking shipwrecks of loot and stuff like that. And talking about loot, we actually got a lot of information about the new so-called looting system. So here are some messages about the new loot. Let me tell you something guys, loot in this game will be completely different. It won't be really spawn based, items have their own item level so to speak, and different rarities. Loot will be pretty much randomized and also individual to each player. If you both get loot, you get separate loot. You can't take loot from others. So what can we take from this guys? Well, to start off, loot will actually be completely local to the player, which I actually love. Like, I feel like there's something better in games that have loot than when it is local, because then people won't steal your stuff, and you won't complain to your friends if you get something good and they don't, you know. So it will really ease up on stuff like that. What Philip means by the whole won't be spawn based, I'm not really sure. I assume that this means that we get loot from killing zombies, maybe opening crates and stuff like that, or by completing story parts like missions if there are. I'm not sure about the quest system, if there will be like how it will work, but we get to hear about this. The game will be driven by interactions with NPCs and monsters, and we also get to hear that you will be able to talk to NPCs, which points towards the game being a lot more mission based and quests to complete. So I think there will be a quest system which basically will award players for completing quests. Okay, so I say some of the best / most controversial stuff to the end, the main gameplay itself basically. Philip talked a lot about this, and to start off we got the game will be PvE focused with optional PvP elements. So what this means is that we no longer will have to walk out of the safe zone and get shot down by fellow survivors instantly. Which to me personally is a blessing, because I don't play alone that much for the PvP. I generally don't play games for PvP, and I know this will be a big letdown for a lot of players. However, Philip does go on to assure us that for anyone who still wants to play PvP, they will be able to in different ways. But it won't be the main game. You don't need to PvP at all. So I think this is really great to compromise, to be honest. What he's basically saying here is that we will basically have ways to play PvP if you want to, but it won't be part of the main game, so you don't have to play PvP. So again, this might make people sad that they won't be in the main game, because it's fun to go around and take down other players. But it's honestly really good for the game itself, because Philip confirmed that the game will be free upon release, so a lot of new audience will come into the game, of course, and they would probably be very annoyed if there was PvP on by default. And Philip does say that PvP will be off by default unless you choose to play PvP matches or game modes. So we have game modes coming, and what kind, will you ask? Well, this is what Philip said. PvP is not part of the main game. There will be PvP matches and PvP specific game modes for those who want it. Maybe Battle Royale. So we know that there might be games like Battle Royale coming, and could you imagine Battle Royale in Alone? I mean, that sounds so sick. And I can't get to see what we will get. So we honestly have a lot of possibilities, so let me know what you think about this new PvP/PvE system. Talking to community members, Philip also let us know that no survival, less PvP focus and more story is basically the new goal. More story? Oh yeah, the game will there basically be story driven, and as Philip mentions, the main experience will be PvE and mission/story/leveling based, and that is something I personally look forward a lot. So it looks like we're going to have a really big retake on the gameplay itself, which is super exciting. Alright, so to top this all off, I would like to talk a bit about the map itself. Michael said that map takes 12 minutes to sprint across, which basically confirms that the map is very big. I don't know how long the current map takes to walk across, but either way, this sounds like the map is already very big. Philip also talked about the map itself, and he said, also, something worth mentioning, the new map feels a lot bigger than the old one, because that's how it's laid out. It has both man-made and natural elements to it, and it flows very nicely. Good job, Michael Wonderfin. So we know that the new map has a forest, nature looking part, but there will also be human structures all around it, which kind of reminds me of games like Dead Island and Dying Light the Following, and also other zombie games, but with like a lot more nature in mind, so it's going to be pretty epic. That's all I have to talk about basically. As more information rolls out, I will try to keep you updated on what we will hear about the update/remake, and I'm truly super excited to see what the future has to bring for Alone. It seems like it has a lot of improvements coming, which I love. But yeah, I know this is a lot of sink in, guys, so hop on down to the comments where I will sit around and eat your comments and then spit out some answers. Like maybe what do you think about all this? Is there anything you want to talk about? And maybe you want to ask something, then just go ahead and go down there and we can start some discussions, we can boil them up and make tea out of it. I don't know. But anyways guys, I hope you guys liked the video. Leave a like down below if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!